Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm just busy preparing for an up and coming Kruger trip, so I thought I'll make a video of what's in my camera bag for the start of the 2026 season. So I hope you guys enjoy. So the first thing is the bag itself. Actually, one of my favorite parts of my entire kit is the bag. It's the Lower Pro Runner BP450 Mark II. Quite a long name, but I love this bag. It has these supports that can clip on here. It's 45 liters, so tons of space and lots of small compartments. Perfect for me because I like to pack quite a lot of gear. So let's start in front. In here is all my cleaning equipment. A rocket blower to blow off any dust, microfiber cloth, another microfiber cloth, these lens cleaning wipes, and a poncho for when it starts raining. Hopefully that doesn't happen on our next trip, but good to be safe. Then on this side I have 3 pens. Can never have enough pen. These two are normal, but this pen is actually quite cool. It has a UV light, so when you shine it on scorpions, they glow, and that's quite cool. And I also have a Kruger passport. You don't need a passport when you come to Kruger, but at the park shop you can buy one of these passports. Then you get stamps at all the different camps. I think I've had this one since 2023, so gotten quite a few stamps on there. Inside here I have a buff. You always need a buff. You can put it over the front of your lens, you can put it over your face, you can keep stuff clean with it, so buff always comes handy. In here I also have my card reader, very important, and then few important cables I use as well. Also have this camo fabric. I use this to cover my lens and my camera when it's on my lap out on safari. So this is also quite helpful. That is all that is in this second compartment. Moving on, here on the outside I have a monopod. I quite like a monopod. It's not too clunky like a tripod, but still supports your camera quite well. Monopod. At this side pouch I also have a mini survival kit, just with some tweezers, a carabiner, some plasters, a few things you might need. Luckily I haven't had to use that. Okay, so that's all that is on the exterior of the bag. Moving on to the inside, the main compartment is all my gear. So up top I have spare memory cards. Always need some spare memory cards. And then in the main part of the bag I have a lens pen, I think you call this, also for cleaning purposes. Some lens caps. Inside a buff, like I said, buffs are important. I have my binoculars. I got these from Decathlon. They're actually quite cheap, but they work quite well for me. They're not too big and clunky. So when you go on safari, I would really recommend getting or using a pair of binoculars. Next, inside here, I have some spare batteries. Always need spare batteries, and my camera strap. I tend not to keep my camera strap on when I use my big telephoto lens. I find it gets in the way, so I take it off. But I have this quick release system, almost like Peak Design on my camera, so you can just clip it on and clip it off. So my camera strap. Inside here I have a light. Always need a light for when it's dark. And inside this pouch I have remote shutters. So basically how this works is you connect one of these receivers on the top of your Rossum mount of your camera, plug it in and plug it into your camera. Then with the other receiver, you can be up to 100 meters away and still take the shot. Quite nice. I don't use it that often, but when I use it, I definitely like it. You can get some wide shots of animals walking by. I usually use that inside cams. Then here I have this mini tripod. Always also comes in handy if you need a mini tripod. Pair of earphones if I want to listen back at the audio or when I need it. Here I have some batteries for the receivers and for the flash. I must say, I think I have used the flash once, but definitely something I can learn a bit more about, because you can get some pretty cool creative shots using a flash. So that goes over there. Speaking of lights, I have this light. This is mainly just for filming. If I need a bit of extra light when I'm maybe inside a camp or something. Here is the battery charger. I swapped out the cable for the shorter one, because you don't want this meter long cable. It's in your way the whole time. So the charger. Okay, I actually really like this and use this quite a lot. It's a strap. Because these telephoto lenses are so big and heavy, you don't want to use your camera strap connected to the camera, otherwise you might damage your mount. So this connects at the bottom of the telephoto lens that I'm going to show you now, and then you can carry it like this. So definitely something I would recommend you get yourself. And then for the thing you've all been waiting for, my lens. This is the Sigma 150 to 600 contemporary version. Absolutely love this lens. The versatility from 150 to 600 mil is amazing, and you can go from getting wide shots to getting close-up shots in like a second or two. Doesn't compare to a prime, but for its budget, would really recommend it. And then for my camera, I use the Nikon D7200. Also absolutely love it. That's usually connected to this lens that I take all my videos and my photos with. It is quite old now. I think it's from 2019 or something, but still works like a charm. Maybe later this year I can upgrade to mirrorless. That would be amazing, but for now I'm happy with my camera. Now that is all that is in my main bag, but because I like gear so much, I have some other stuff I also use. Firstly, a hard drive. Especially in wildlife photography, you take lots and lots of shots and you don't want your memory to stop. That's why I have this hard drive to back up and keep all my memories safe. I also usually take a headlamp. This one's quite nice. You can just like wave it and it goes on and off. I think it's flat now. So a headlamp for when you're working in the dark. And then when it comes to behind the scenes content and the vlogging and everything, I use the GoPro Hero 9 Black. Only recently got it, but I've really enjoyed using it. And made the process much easier and faster. Don't have to switch lenses the whole time. And the Hero 9 Black works quite well for me. I also have a ton of accessories for it, which is quite nice. A few of them I use this one to clip it on my hat, get like a POV angle. This one I usually put over the seat of the car, since I sit at the back, then I can film myself from the seat. This gorilla pod type thing, you can bend it and attach it to quite a lot of stuff. Chest mount for POV, and yes, there's a ton more in here that I use to get that behind the scenes action. And then this is actually only for half the process. The other half of wildlife photography and videography is the editing process. So you definitely need a good laptop I use the Asus Expert Book. I really like it for video editing and photo editing. I usually put it at the front of my bag. There's a place for it, but when I'm out on safari I don't take it with. But an excellent addition to my kit. Then a few extra stuff I use for the video creating process are these two soft boxes and lights. These I mainly use when I'm here at home or in the studio. Great for getting that soft diffuse light. And then for recording sounds of the videos and just ambient sounds of the booth, I use the Boya MM1, a shotgun microphone. It works quite well. It attaches on the top of my camera, so that is almost always on there. And then I also have a tripod for filming stuff like this or time lapses or anything like that. Not the best tripod in the world. I'm looking to upgrade it somewhere in the future, but for now it works well. And then another important addition to my kit is this beanbag. Goes around your car and then you rest your camera on it to get nice stable videos and photos. I actually made this one myself, so I'm quite proud of it. It has this handle. It's full of rice, so it's quite heavy, but this is also an important part of my kit. Oh yes, one thing I forgot about, I also have a wide lens for capturing shots like this. It's actually only the Nikon kit lens, not the best. Definitely want to look if I can upgrade that in the future, and that's what I get the widest shots with. Okay, yes guys, so that is all for this video, all the gear I use and everything. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you saw that you don't need the newest, most expensive gear to take amazing photos. So just get out there, use what you have, and then I'll see you in the next one.